Okay, so how many people are you employing here?
I employ 6 to 9 people depending on the quantity that we are going to plant.
You don't know how much you've inspired me. Your ambition, your confidence, your drive, it has inspired me.
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Gwanda Nyazeka. If it's your first time here, we are talking about everything entrepreneurship, agripreneurship, running your own business, as well as financial education. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back again. The support in Nigaona, it's much appreciated, guys. You know, we are now approaching 1,000 subscribers and I'm humbled. Ndiyayibulela kakhulu inkxaso eninika yona. Yeah, this channel is growing because of you guys. So today I am not alone and I'm not in Johannesburg, but I'm in the Eastern Cape, the home of legends. And I'm not alone. I'm with Langa Msongelwa, a farmer and agripreneur based here in the village in Bizana. The village name is Matwebu. He's going to tell us about his farming journey, when did he start, and what he's basically doing here. You know, all I'm seeing here, it's a beautiful work in progress, and I'm excited and happy that he's the champion of all this, as young as he is. So I want him to tell us his story sakhe, and I hope that you are going to learn something. Thank you. Langa Msongelwa, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you for allowing us to come into your space. So just introduce yourself to my audience. Who is Langa Msongelwa? What are you doing? And do you have anything that you are doing apart from farming? So just take us through that.
Okay. My name is Langa and my surname is Msongelwa. Currently I'm doing farming, but on the other side I'm still schooling at Butterworth IDK campus. Ndingalapha eBizana, Eastern Cape emampondweni. Into yokufama ndiyiqale last year. Ndiyiqale emva koba kufike into ye-corona uba esikolweni sibuyiswe sohlala emakhaya ngoba kukhona esi sifo. Ndabuya ke ndazohlala apha emakhaya, and I started trading forex back in March. It was March, yeah, it was March. I traded forex and I made a lot of money. So I decided to start this farming game because my father was doing it, was doing it in previous years. Yeah, so ndayiqala ke. Uqala kwami ngiqale ndathenga izityalo eziyi-7,000 eze-spinach, ndabe sendithenga ezi-500 eze-cabbage. So ndaqala ke, ndiqale ndingenalwazi olunintsi kuba bendingazi uba what kind of variety should I choose. So bendithenga nje i-cabbage. So whenever uthenga isityalo kufuneka wazi uba i-variety enjani ingaba ilungele na i-climate change yakuloo region. So ke bendingena-information eninzi last year, but ndikwazile ukutyala into zam za-successful espinach ngoba ndaye ndayozithengisa eBoxer. So bayi-approve into yam, ndakwazi uba ndibasaplaye throughout the year, yabo. So ke this year ndabona uba kufuneka ndi-expande, ndityale, ndithenge ne-irrigation, ndiyi-ede bese ndikwazi uba ndi-expande ndingasatyala laa 7,000 bendityale last year, ndikwazi uku-increaser. Isizathu ngoba idemand inintsi eBizana kakhulu, inintsi nyhani idemand. OoBoxer noSpar xa ngabasaplayi bafuna ubasaplaye constantly, so loo nto ifuna uba utyale kakhulu. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting, and we just learned something from him, that he says that when he started He started with no information. And you know, as young people, when you want to start something, you have this idea that you need to have all the information that you need in order for you to be successful in that field. And we just learned from him that he started with no information. So it means that if you want to start something, you just need to start. Start with no information, start with no money, start with just the idea that you have and you're going to be successful like he is today. So how many heads of cabbage do you have here, and how many seedlings of spinach did you plant? Because that's all I can see here.
This one is 6,500. I mean, it's 6,000. And also this one is 6,000. That one at the back,
Yes.
right there, it's 8,200 cabbages. Then this one is, we first planted 10,000. Then we added 12,800 seedlings.
That's a big number. That's a big number. We also learning again that you just need to go big or go home, basically. If you are going to start with 100, you are not going to make it in the market. Okay, you also mentioned that you are also studying apart from your farming activities. What else are you doing? What are you studying?
Okay, well, I'm studying information technology in business analysis.
Okay.
So since there's this COVID thing, everything is done online. So I'm studying online. There's no need for me to go to school.
Okay. And then how do you balance your time between your studies and your farming activities?
Well, I come here early in the morning, then around 5 o'clock I go and refresh myself and study.
Okay,
It's
that's
simpler. I don't attend class. I would say that I don't attend class. I'm only studying my books.
okay, that's interesting. And you also studying something which is related to agriculture, because you know that we are moving to the age of technology, and I see that technology is going to have a bigger role in agriculture. Was it easy when you started? Because you mentioned that you only started last year, and all I can see here is a great progress. Seeing the number of production that you have, your irrigation system, and even the big generator pumping water from the river. Was it easy when you started? Can you take us through that?
Okay, bengekho easy, nokwazi ukuxoka bengekho easy ngoba apha entsimini besengasalinywa and besekugcwele ingca, so it was difficult. We had to spend money in order for us to make sure everything is okay. I-irrigation ibikhona apha entsimini bekuzii-sprinklers ebeziyi-5. There was only 5 sprinklers, and our main pipe was small size. It was 50 mm.
Okay.
So we had to buy a bigger pipe so that we can add sprinklers. As you can see, there are 9 of them.
Okay.
The other one is not working. Actually, they are 10. So we had to buy those, and they are expensive, won't lie. So the other thing that we were facing that it was difficult, I won't lie, is the market.
Yes.
Reason being, we just planted without knowing that you have to look for a market first before you even begin planting. So we're lacking information, but our spinach was successful. It was successful because we found market on Boxer and everything was sold out. It was quite good.
Okay, that's interesting. And we just found out that having only started last year, but he is already was supplying Boxer store, which is one of the biggest stores in the country. That is very much interesting. And you also mentioned that you started with 7,000 seedlings of spinach, which is also very much interesting. And I hope we are learning something there, which I've also learned in my interest in agriculture, that if you want to start anything in farming, you just need to make sure that you start big, or you go home actually, because if you start small, you are going to spend much money taking care of your small produce, and you're not going to make much profit. As you can hear from him, that he started with 7,000 seedlings of spinach and 700
and 500 cabbage.
and 500 heads of spinach. Okay, so how many people are you employing here?
I employ 6 to 9 people depending on the quantity that we are going to plant. If we are going to plant maybe 10,000 seedlings, then we employ 9 people. If it's 6,000, we employ 6 people.
Okay. Okay, so can you take us through the process of approaching your superstores, your boxer or your Spar? What is needed there? What information do you provide them in order for you to supply them with your produce?
Mandithethe ngendlela endaya kubo ngayo.
Yes.
Uqala kwam ndiye eBoxer, so I approached them and I wanted to speak to the manager of the store. Sathetha naye ndamcela uba ndithengisa cabbage, wandicela uba mandize naye.
Yes.
Shop so that ayibone.
Yes.
So ke ndeza naye wabese uyayinoma uba intle i-right, wabese sithi the following day mandize ne-200.
Okay.
Imali eBoxer bayibhatala same day.
Okay.
From other shops like Spar,
Yes.
yeah, they don't pay same day.
Okay.
They pay after 14 days.
Okay. Okay. So would you advise someone who is thinking of coming into agriculture? Would you advise young people to get into agriculture?
Yeah, I would advise them. Hey, job here is scarce these days. I won't lie, it's scarce.
Yes.
And farming is the only way. They must do it. It's not that difficult, but it's difficult. But it's not that difficult. If you have right information, you won't go wrong.
Okay, that's interesting. So if you are looking for employment out there, or maybe agriculture is one of the things that you've been thinking of doing, your guy here is saying that you just need to start. Just go in and do it. It is challenging, but it's also at the same time easy, like he's saying. So you just need to start. That's interesting. It's very interesting seeing young people coming into agriculture, because you would understand that what we perceive as someone who can do agriculture, there is this mentality that someone who's going to do agriculture is someone who's not educated and is someone who's very old, you know. And I like that Langa is changing the narrative that only old people can do agriculture. And what can you say to someone who's saying that I don't have capital, or I don't have enough capital to start? What can you advise that person to do?
Okay, all I can say is you have to start with what you have, even if it's 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
You can start farming with 1,000.
Yes.
If you are looking,
Yes.
then you can grow.
Okay.
Because seedlings are cheap. Seedlings of spinach cost around 19 rand at ShopRite.
Yes.
And they can produce about 200 to 500 seedlings,
Yes.
of which you can make a lot of money and reinvest your profit onto
Your
business
business.
and grow, just like I did.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the other
The
question?
next question is, what can you say to someone who says I don't have capital? I think you have answered that question, because you said that you just need to start small. Even if you have like 1,000 rand, you can buy your seeds at Spar at just 19 rands, and you can start small and grow and grow. You know, the problem that we see a number of times, it's young people who are going to say, no, I need funding. Did you have anyone to find your idea, or you started with what you have, like you are saying?
Yeah, we started with what we had. No one funded us, even now.
Yes. Okay.
This is all on us. Funding will find us on the way.
Yes. Okay, that's interesting. You're also learning something, that you shouldn't wait and sit at home and say that you are looking for funding. How about funding finds you as you have started what you want to achieve? Because sometimes we have this idea that we're going to say, no, I'm waiting for funding, I'm looking for funding, without you even wanting to start. And my approach to that question, I always tell people that it's not easy for even those organizations to give you money, because you haven't started anything, you know. Who's going to trust you if you haven't started anything, you know? Looking around here, and you are approaching an organization to say that you need funding, the organization is going to take you serious because you have started something. You are going to tell them that I'm supplying Spar, I'm supplying Boxer, and the people from the village maybe are buying. So they are going to start taking you serious in that way. So you are working alone here, and you having your dad as someone who's helping you. Okay. And you've already you used the what you had or the money that you had to make this farm to be what it is today. Are you looking for anyone? Maybe are you open to someone who's going to say, we are here, we want to fund your farm and move maybe to the next level? Maybe one day we are going to see you having your own tractors, and you will be having your big fencing. Are you open to anyone who's saying that I want to invest in your farm or I want to fund your farm?
Only open if someone is going to fund me.
Yes.
But not to invest. Reason being, I don't like my business to be crowded because it will fail at some point.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Ngoba umuntu uzocinga ngenye indlela nami ngicinga ngenye indlela. Xa sizama ukudibanisa ideas ziclash.
Yes.
Sigqibele sesingasavani ibhizinesi iphela.
Yes.
That's why ngithanda uba utyala solo.
I'll ask you, where do you see this farm in the next 5 years or 10 years? What do you want to achieve here? Do you want to maybe focus on your poultry farm also simultaneously with your vegetable farm? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to see happening here in this farm?
Ndingathi in 5 years to come, njengoba ngoku ndityale ii-cabbages ezi-12,000 and ezinye ezi-8,200 phaa, ndizibona in 5 years to come ndityale at least ii-cabbages ezi-250,000 to 300,000.
Okay.
Bese ispinach endisityalileyo ngoku zingaphi, ziyi-10,000 plus 12,000, ziyi-22,000. So the next years to come kufuneka ispinach yam at least zibe yi-500,000.
Okay.
Yabo, and expande ndithenge umhlaba kwi-indawo.
Okay.
Yeah, and increase my irrigation so that ndizokwazi ukusupply ezinye indawo. For umzekelo, eSpar ndiyalekisha ukusupply khona because vele ndisupply kancinci, maybe 2 weeks, then ispinach isiphele.
Okay.
Njengangoku bebade bendifowunele befuna ndenze idelivery phaa kwafumanisa uba ispinach siphelile. Yabo, salinde uba sikhule. Yeah, so in 5 years nje ndizibona kukhona nogandaganda ku-right.
Start farming. Someone wants to start farming what you're farming here, which is cabbage and spinach. What can you say to that person? What are some of the important things that they need to know? I know that you mentioned earlier that someone would need to know what type of seed is suitable for the environment that they are in and in terms of weather. What can be your advice to that person?
The first thing that the farmer should do is to test the soil.
Yes.
To see if how fertile the soil is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. After that, the farmer should look for the best variety of cabbage of whatever he wants to, she or he wants to plant.
Yes.
For instance, the cabbage that I have, it's a Conquestator. Conquestator is very strong because it can grow in cold and also it can grow when it's hot.
Yes.
In extreme conditions.
Yes.
And also it is resistant to black rot,
Yes.
which is the disease that is difficult to control.
Yes.
Actually, it is uncontrollable.
Yes.
The only thing you should do is to prevent it.
Okay.
To spray fungicide and choose the variety that is black rot resistant. When you plant cabbage, I will advise farmers, when you plant cabbage, you should make sure that your soil is fertile. Or before you plant, you should spray cow dung. Cow dung is strongly recommended for cabbage.
Okay.
So a transplant, what do? I transplant with 234 30 fertilizer, and after 3 to 6 weeks I top dress with land
Okay.
or urea. But
Okay.
urea is dangerous because it can burn the plants.
Plants.
So,
Okay. Okay.
so you should at least use land because it is not that dangerous.
Okay. Okay. To get into farming, because the market is already there. It's already waiting for you. Like he's saying that even himself, with these 2.5 hectares of land, he's not producing enough to meet the demands of the market. So thank you so much. If you watched up until this point, thank you so much for watching. Please continue sharing this YouTube channel. Please continue inviting people to subscribe and like and comment and just say anything that you want to say. Thank you. And if you want any advice from him, I will drop the information yake on the comment section. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you so much, Langa, for allowing us to come into your farm. Thank you. We wish you all the best. I want you, maybe when I come here in the next 5 years, to find maybe your tractors and your big machinery that you're going to be using to make sure you work this land in a proper way. Thank you.
And